Hey y'all, it's Susie. Let's get the fuck started. I don't feel like doing makeup, but so today's episode of Makeup Monday is going to be self-care episode on your ass. And I've been working on something very spiritual to the Black community, to the Buddhist community, to the Asian community in general, and a lot of religions, honestly. Chakra training, chakra control, chakra understanding. Your chakra points, different soul areas, I would say, in your body that control different things and help us to be well-rounded and help us to be one. So I'm gonna kind of go through a little summary of the different chakra networks that we have. And what I need to work on personally. And you can do more research, and I'll also be giving you where I got my stuff from, which I can tell you that now. A lot of the training that I've received has come from Kisei Vision and Earth Mama Medicine. Earth Mama Medicine is really how I got a good understanding of what I was talking about. And Kisei Vision, it was how I got my kind of training regimen, I think. Not to say one or the other isn't good for one or the other. That was just kind of how I did it. So do what you gonna do. So we're gonna start, and different trainers will tell you can start from your root to your crown or your crown to your root. I'm gonna go crown to root because that's how I learned it from top to bottom. So starting with my crown. My crown is purple. It represents spirituality, and it can be represented by the amethyst stone, which is a stone that we've all heard of. So that's a good thing, something that's easy. You can also look up a few other examples as well. There are some, but I'm kind of doing just one for each probably. And that's not what I wanted. The next one down, we're gonna go to your third eye. The third eye, represented by indigo, is where our intuition comes from, which, that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you what's up. Your third eye, in an African sense, is supposed to open up a portal. It's supposed to give you enlightenment into this world and the next. Good way for trying to talk to your ancestors, making sure you have a good open third eye. It is represented by the lazuli stone, which is beautiful. Look it up. The color was indigo. Next, we're gonna go down to the throat chakra, which is blue, and it regulates expression. How you say what you say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it type of thing. I could probably use some work on that, but I have something I think is a little more serious for me. The throat chakra is also represented by the aquamarine stone, which is a really good one. So yeah, that's that one. Next one going down would be where I'm at personally right now is the heart chakra. The heart chakra is represented by green. It regulates emotion. And for me, it's where depression kicks in. It's where that feeling of not being good enough, those little anxieties fueled by fear and, insecurity come from, is your heart chakra. And love, your relationships with other people, especially your romantic relationships, all in your heart chakra. It's really important to just have a little bit of a handle on that. And for me, I don't really feel like I have a handle on it. So it's something that I try to practice, especially in the morning. That along with my root chakra, we'll get there in a second. I try to really practice a ritual of different things to train. And again, I'm getting there. So yeah, it's represented by green, regulates emotion. Ironically, a very good stone though that doesn't specifically come in green is rose quartz. Rose quartz is a love stone, and it is a heart chakra stone. And I have to get me one because I actually am really slacking. I don't have any stone. If you guys could recommend some people in the comments, and I'll kind of do a review as well once I get them, probably like, a 30, 60, 90 day review type of thing. Anybody might want to send them a ring, try them out, and let me know. Next, going on down, we have your solar plexus. Solar plexus is your sense of self. It is determined by yellow. It is being sure of who you are and grounded in your ways and knowing what you want to do and doing what you're supposed to do for yourself. And being secure. It's also another form of where insecurity come from, because it's really big on how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, where you see yourself going, planning for the future, planning for 10 years from now, if you're one of those people or if you're not, that's where your solar plexus is coming into play. Next one down the line is sacral. Sacral is one I actually did a little more research on right before this video and learned it's something that I really need to tap into, honey. And it isn't one of the two that I've been working on. But sacral is represented by orange. The stone, my bad, I didn't give y'all a stone for solar plexus. It's tiger eye. Beautiful stone. But back to sacral. It's represented by orange. It represents your creativity and being artistic, being open and vulnerable. It lies within the reproductive system, so it controls sex. Sometimes they say that it controls the woman's womb and ability to have children and the way that your children may come out. It's some deep shit in the solar plexus. It controls sometimes how you can treat other people, how easily you get frustrated. And I think for me, that's where that comes in because, I think I try really hard to exercise my heart chakra. And if someone isn't as strong in theirs as I am in mine, then that's where the issues within my sacral will jump in and not know how to react and causing my throat chakra to be out of balance. You know what I'm saying? And everything is within one. Now I'm saying crazy stuff to people. It's all a balance. It's all a balance and it's all a network. It's a network. It's a chakra network. And a stone represented with the sacral chakra is the citrine, the orange carnelian. And again, you can learn a lot more about these from Kisei Vision and Earth Mama Medicine on YouTube because they're really how I got an understanding of, again, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it with this. And the last one, I'm coming down from the sacral chakra, is your root chakra. We all know what roots are. They are your core. They're what plant you. Your root chakra regulates your survival. It regulates who you are as a person. It regulates everything else. If you're grounded in your root chakra, then everything else can be added to it. So that's the one that I have really been working on also, along with my heart chakra, is my root chakra. And I'm starting to feel that is really working. My roots are grounded, for lack of a better term. I'm starting to feel that I belong and I am a part of this earth. I am, as Mufasa would say, we become the grass and the antelope eat the grass, and that whole thing, that whole skit. So now that I'm starting to feel it, and it's probably been a little under 30 days. So I'll keep the work going probably for another 15. And then I'll start doing the sacral work and pick up even harder on the sacral work once I really do feel grounded in my root chakra. There we go, I got it. Ooh, it's not taking it long. So I told you the two things that I'm working on. Really get a good idea of what they represent and how they work and figure out what you need to work on. And you can pinpoint certain personality traits, little innuendos that you feel like you need to work on and relate them to whatever it is you're talking about. If you don't know how to talk to people, it's your throat chakra. If you have really bad anxiety, you can look into your sacral, you can look into your solar plexus. If you just don't want to be on this earth, you really should go for your heart and root chakra. Your crown, if you have developed in all of them, and I think this should be last, to the death of me, I'm going to fight for this to be last. Your third eye, especially African American women, our African roots allow for our third eye. And I think a lot of Asian religions as well. I'm not going to knock other religions, but I can only speak for me. Our third eye really allows us to enter a different realm and see things that you can't see in this universe. And that's exactly what I'm going to say. You enter into a new universe within the mind and within the body, and sometimes within even the physical if you can get far enough. There's cultures where I don't know if I did a segment on voodoo. I think I discussed it a little bit actually in my first or second Makeup Monday. But voodoo is a very big door into the third eye. A lot of work is done within the third eye and really activating it and getting it where it needs to be. The third eye is represented by indigo. If you think about dark chicken blood, if you think about red rum wine, if you think about the colors infused in these rituals, I mean, it makes sense. You're entering another realm. I mean, really. Everything is a channeling network. I think this looks so pretty. I ain't put not a lick of nothing on my eyebrows. And y'all let me see it and do that. So next thing is the importance of affirmations for self-care and what they do for you. Y'all know I'm always talking about my roommate, Don Stone. He's very big on affirmations. He literally affirms everything he's gonna do ever all he does is talk about himself. But it's not in a bad way. It's in a way that it's like I am stating, you know, where I'm going in life. And he'll do it for other people as well. I'm stating what I see for you in life, and getting it out loud really for him is how he operates on a day-to-day basis. Things will happen because I have said that. And I've really adopted that. I really like that. I really love the affirmations. He's had me get an affirmation book where, you know, you write down what you want to happen. I have a few affirmations written down in my room. I have a picture up here. It is the sign. It says, I am enough. I am complete. And I have another one that says, I am a Black woman. I love deep, but I love myself deeper. My heart chakra is complete and balanced. And it is. And it will remain such. I don't know if you guys remember. And I'm going to keep being really transparent with my YouTube channel. So if you know anybody trying to be nosy about my life, this is the way to do it, because I want you guys to know me and what's going on with me and why. So the person that I was kind of, you know, raving about, low-key talking about in certain part in my last, was it Makeup Monday, is no longer in my life. They had to be let go because we're in the same cycle in certain ways, and there was so much growth, you guys, so much growth, but wasn't enough. And that's on both sides. Me too. You know, I just wasn't ready to deal with certain things. You weren't ready to deal with certain things. Felt like back in the same position, and child, the man went and moved in with his baby mom. By his claim, they ain't fucking ain't together. They should just give him the worst thing. Don't get me started, girls. Don't get me started. We're gonna move on from that. But as an example, when you go through things like that, you know, you can start to feel down about yourself, and you can forget who you are for 2 seconds and what is important to you and what you've got going on. Don't do that. Don't let that happen to you. Affirm. Say what you know is the truth. Say that I am absolutely okay, and I am going to continue with my life and meet someone who meets my standards. And you don't have to speak ill of that person in doing it either. You know what I'm saying? It was all about me. It was I, not them, or what y'all had going on. Your life hasn't stopped. Your life hasn't stopped being great because someone exited or because people have a certain idea about you. You're still you, you know? I don't know why I'm giving, like, I need a turtleneck or something. Is anybody else getting a turtleneck? But y'all understand where I'm coming from with that. Affirmations are important. Next, we're going to go to who and what you allow in your space. Do not be afraid to cut people off, whether it be temporarily or long term. If you need a fucking break, you take a break. And it can be selfish. It can be whatever people want to call it, honey. You came on this earth alone, and you're going to leave alone. And nobody's going to have any sympathy for you beyond 30 days except your mama and your significant other. Everyone else is gonna hit the, I have to move on with my life, I'm going to miss you. They got to go to work on Monday. And that's simply just that. So while you're living on this earth, you secure your mental health like you secure your bag. Remove it if it ain't working. It's that simple. Family as well. It goes for anybody, really. And I said temporary or long term, whatever you need to do, or permanently. This is your life. And if somebody is on the, you don't just get to remove me and come back when you want to train, that's their right also. Because as I just talked about, that's kind of the train that I refuse to deal with in certain relationships. That's okay. That's my right. And I don't have to put anybody down for what they choose to do. I don't have to tell anybody, no, don't operate like this. I don't want it. My lips been dry this whole video. But yeah, just keep in mind, be mindful of what you can and can deal with, what you have to and don't have to deal with, because you don't have to deal with a lot of the things we think we do. Also, be able to identify temporary relationships. And that's not, and please don't ever think I'm just talking about romantic relationships. Especially because those are the hardest. If you can learn to regulate your friendships, you can learn to regulate family and significant others. You know, so regulate. It's your life. Regulate it. Regulate it. You can't control everything. Nobody's asked. Control and regulation are two different things. I'm asking you to regulate, delegate, do what you can on the strength of faith in God, universe, Buddha, whoever it is that you got going on that day. But be present in your life. Be rooted in your life. You have some say-so. You have some control. You have some decision. So know when it's time to remove somebody from your space. Know when they start taking away rather than adding to. Be aware. And you know, I've always said, and I say it on TikTok all the time, and I love people who love me. So please don't take this any type of way when I say it. I've always wanted a life outside of the people who knew me. I always wanted to be expressive in a way that allowed me to not be a different person, but be the person I am in the dark. Be the person I am when I'm alone and feel good about it. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. You don't have to, you're not changing into a different person, but there is that you know, those things, those little nuances that you love about yourself that you don't think anyone else would love equally. So pretty. And if you're not happy being alone, then it's really time to take some inventory and do some removing. You have to take a step back from damn near everybody. You have to be ready to learn. It's like detoxing, learning how to be alone, which is another problem, you know, I think that the person that I love most in the world has, and a problem that I have experienced. Not wanting to, not knowing how to be alone. That shit is detrimental. That looks so right. That's not something that you take lightly. You have to be able to enjoy your time. That's where self-care happens. Self-care doesn't happen in a group of people. It happens when you're by yourself. It happens when you're alone. Be comfortable being alone. Be comfortable being with you. I gotta lose this neck fat. Last thing is setting boundaries. When and if you do need to cut some people off, if you let them back in, or the people that you don't even exclude from your life, set some boundaries. And if you can set them up front, which a lot of people cannot, I'm not even at that point. Don't let me fool you. Don't let me give you some false sense of this is easy. I done did it all. No. I'm telling you things as I go through them, for a lack of better term. I promise you I am. I'm telling you things as I go the fuck through them. This shit not easy. Shit not easy at all, but you have to tell people what you will and won't accept. Example of a boundary. Somebody up in your crib too much, you gotta let them know, you know, I think you should only be here 2 or 3 days a week. Or I think, you know, you should take a break from being over here. Or be as specific as you possibly can if you're dealing with somebody and y'all haven't set boundaries and you don't want them messing with nobody else, and it's never come out of your mouth. We do the whole they should have known thing. Nobody should have known shit. Open your mouth and tell people what you want. One thing I do for ladies, if you got a male coming over and y'all ain't never chilled before, or even if you have, if you know what y'all always on, like if y'all usually do it and smoke or whatever, you know what I mean, if y'all be on the bang train and he trying to come over and you want to smoke or you want to lay up or you want to do whatever, but you're not trying to have sex, tell him up front. Because 5 times out of 10, they still coming. He's still going to come. But if you tell him up front, then you weed out that one that's not respectful enough or doesn't care enough about you to just be able to sit and chill. My lash is doing something funny this next one, so bear with me. Talking about the boundaries. A boundary I think that I need to learn to set is, I need to learn what I expect from a friend and tell them. Like, to me, things like planning birthdays, and if you know that your friend is sad, if you sense it on Facebook or on social media, it's okay to run to them. It's okay to Drop everything and go to your friend. Or if they're telling you they want to be alone, it's okay to say, no, you don't need to be alone right now. Those friends that fight for you, in a sense. And I think that's something that has been on and off in my life. I get very closed off. I get very disconnected when in reality I need someone. And I just feel like, especially some people that were supposed to be the most important thing in the world to me, just weren't there in that sense. So, but boundaries are very important. Your self-care is very important. And again, I start to set boundaries, and I feel, and I've started to push people back, and I've started to let people in, and I feel that I'm moving in the right direction. And if you feel that in your heart chakra, in your soul, then you up. Yeah. So this is pretty much actually the final look, but this is pretty much it. I love you guys, and I really do thank you for being here with me. That was so cute. Those of y'all who are still watching my Makeup Mondays, please give me some suggestions about some stuff you want to talk about and some stuff that you're interested in. Give me something. I want to hear from y'all. So thank you again for watching.